I clicked the wrong one.
Which one were you going for?
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another Saturday joining of me in Pittsburgh. We're talking sports cards, the hobby. We'd like answering any questions, anything like that. So if you have anything, just put in the chat. But we'll welcome some people that are already in here. We got Charles. What up, Charles? Good to see you. Appreciate you being here. We have Paul, Gate City Picker, in the house. He will be with us tomorrow for our auctions, 4 p.m. Eastern. It will be on Pittsburgh's channel. We have SW Records. What is up? Good to see you. Appreciate you being here. Brad Barr, what is going on?
What's up, Brad?
So what is going on with you, Pittsburgh?
Man, not a lot. Just trying to get caught up from the week, man. It's been a busy one this week. Really excited. Just I don't know if you guys know, we just hit 2,000 subscribers just the other day, which I'm real fired up about. Like Nate knows, it's been like an uphill climb for like the last year or so. So finally, like a little bit of momentum starting to come. So we're going to be doing slabs or cash next week. So it's going to be awesome. Make sure you guys stay tuned to my videos and Nate's videos throughout the week for more information leading up to that. But like Nate was saying, tomorrow we have our live YouTube sports card auction. It's going to be awesome. Been picking up little bits of cards here and there for it. Got some bronze that just came in the mail today that I'll probably have a nice little LeBron James lot going up for you guys tomorrow.
Nice.
And got a few other things that I may or may not grade. You know what I mean? So once it gets to that point where it's like, I don't know if I want to grade it or not. Like normally that stuff I just end up throwing in the auction. It's a nice little tiebreaker. Just giving it to everybody. What's up, Frank? Good to see you, man.
What's going on, Frank? Good to see you. Appreciate you being here. Excited for the card show that's coming to our local mall next week.
I know.
Definitely plan on at least making out there at least one day, maybe two, depending on work and in the weather. That's for sure. Because I think the whole United States has been getting hit pretty hard with some bad weather.
Yeah, definitely.
Paul said he got some Jordans ready.
Nice.
I'm sure a lot of people are going to be very happy to see those at auction.
Grunt Dad in the house. Good to see you, my friend.
What's up, Grunt Dad?
Definitely safe. It's pretty cold here in Pittsburgh, though. But yeah, definitely safe though. Thank the Lord. But yeah, I actually got a Jordan coming your way too. I got one of the 90 NBA hoops ones, like that they reprinted in hoops this year.
Oh yeah,
got one of those coming your way. I got like a whole blaster box that's like overflowing with stuff to give you already. So I'll probably just deliver it to you at the show. We meet up most likely.
Awesome. Yeah, I should have another shipment going on right around the same time, so it'll be perfect. I'm trying to keep them where like the pricing with shipping and everything's not not covered with insurance and stuff like that, because after so many cards, you know what I mean, like you kind of lose out on some coverage. So I'm going to make sure that everyone's stuff is protected going all the way to PSA, especially with this weather, because who knows with the mail system what's going on.
God. The mail has never bothered me more than it has this past week. And that's because like I have an SGC order that was scheduled to be back on Monday, which was President's Day. So like obviously it wasn't going to come then. And then it was like, okay, it'll be there Tuesday. And then like literally after that, it just said delayed. Like we don't know when your package is coming is literally what it tells me. It's like insane. It's going to be over a week late on Monday.
Yeah, like literally, I was just showing Pittsburgh, like what PSA was saying about UPS and FedEx orders, because you can send them 3 different ways. You can send them through FedEx, UPS, and USPS, and I always send mine USPS because it goes to a PO box at the post office. And I sent 3 shipments all together, like different packages, but all together. And they all got checked in like 3 or 4 days, like separated from each other. So,
in Virginia,
Paul said he sent us both a package, so we got some mail coming in.
Nice.
I always like getting some mail.
I was like a whole stack of stuff to send Paul yet.
I was going to ask Paul if he sent me anything because I knew he was talking about doing it. So I was trying to keep my eyes out because the wife grabs the mail and stuff like that. What's up, Virginia? Good to see you. Appreciate you being here. we're just looking over some Kobe cards and trying to see what the market's doing and everything like that. And the market is still going strong with vintage stuff. So
Yep.
now that the modern seems to be starting to turn over back to what it was doing, it'd be interesting to see kind of what that brings, because every time you get like a correction in the market, it's always interesting to see how things are different or they stay the same. And I think with some of the base stuff, I think that the values on some of the stuff, depending on the pops and stuff, are going to start seeing that in prices start the effect.
CC Helper in the house. Good to see you. Appreciate you being here.
What's going on, CC? Yeah, I think with the short prints and things of that nature, so like anything with color, I think you're pretty safe buying in the modern stuff. Just like anything with serial numbers and things like that. But like the Lucas and the Zions who have insane pops of different stuff, it's I'm sure those will be a little bit less than some of the short prints moving forward.
Yeah, I agree.
You've been grabbing up anything lately?
I've been putting most of my money into grading. Although I did pick up a beautiful card last night that I don't even want to tell you. I got to show you. It's that gorgeous. We'll pull up a picture of it. All right. No, I didn't pay this price that it's showing, but I sent a best offer because your boy likes to be lowballing peeps.
You
see it?
Yep.
Yeah, I picked up this Okoro for $60.
Nice. That's a pretty nice looking card.
Yeah.
What set is that out of? Is that out of Hoops?
That's out of Hoops, yeah.
Nice.
That's going to be coming your way. That's like the newest thing I picked up outside of like little small things that I picked up to send to GMA or something like that. That's like the only like real like heat I picked up this week for the most part.
I've been kind of just saving money here and there just for the card show, because after that awesome trade I got, you know what I mean? I just want to make sure I have a little bit of cash if needed, if I need to put it on something, or if I see such an awesome deal on some stuff, you know what I mean? I'm going to be able to pull the trigger, because I believe that, depending on who you deal with at some of these events and stuff like that, you can get a little bit better deals than you would if you're buying off someone, on eBay or anything like that, because of the fees and things.
Yeah, definitely. I completely agree, man. And I've been kind of doing the same thing. Like I'm trying to position myself to make a nice move come this show. And like I have a bunch of stuff that's like super liquid, and the stuff I picked up is like pretty liquid as well. I did pick up Tyler Hero at the local card shop the other day.
Nice.
I'm actually going to send that into PSA to get graded. It's just a base prism, but it's a Tyler Hero, so I felt like it was at a decent price, $25 or whatnot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
if
good
you
price.
send that in, you get a 9 or a 10. That's like substantial.
Just having the opportunity to look at the card in person before you buy it and things like that. Even if it was a little bit more than eBay, I'd rather pay it, just because I've had such bad luck buying raw cards here and there sometimes. But it is what it is.
For sure.
SW Record says he has some Tom Brady cards. Those would be good to have in your collection as time goes on, that's for sure.
I actually took in a consignment for a really good friend of mine of Tom Brady. It was a silver prism from this year, and it was raw. And we sold it as like Tom Brady's like prism rookie for the Bucks or whatever. And dude got a quick $275 for it, and that's with prices going down after the Super Bowl. So. Yeah, Tom Brady stuff is on fire right now.
Oh yeah, I mean, how many quarterbacks are we ever going to see in our lifetime? Our kids and our kids' kids and everything like that. They're going to have 7 Super Bowls. So,
yep.
Honestly, like anything Tom Brady, I'm I probably should have held on to those 2 PSA 10s I had from 2018, but
Yeah.
I wanted to put in something else, and because of how the market was, I tried to switch gears, just kind of like with some of the stuff I have now. You know what I mean? Like, or stuff I have at PSA. Like whenever I get that cyber metal back, Kobe's and stuff, I want to get that, cash out, and put it towards something else.
Mm-hmm.
We got Jarhead now. What up? Good to see you.
Yeah, appreciate all you guys being here and showing love and showing some support. We're going to get Nate over that 2,000 hump.
This way you guys get Slabs of Cash 2.0.
Absolutely. I want in on the Slabs and Cash this time. I don't get to enter my own. I just have to end up giving up or paying up.
I was trying to think of like a different type of thing to do, and I was like, you know what? I mean, it's a card channel. Why wouldn't people want cards? And if there's somebody that doesn't like cards and they happen to just like my content and stuff like that, then it's a win-win. You know what I mean? So
definitely. Do you have any idea of what cards you're planning to put up, or like even like a chaser card or anything like that?
I'm so far away. I'm like 4.5 or so away. So by the time that happens or whatever, I'll probably get all my PSA stuff back that I have in right now.
Dude, it'll probably sneak up fast though, man.
We'll see. We all know like how YouTube is from time to time. So if you guys have any questions, anything you guys want us to talk about, just put it in the chat. We'd appreciate this is like our thing, just to answer questions and just talk hobby talk and just hang out. So anything you guys have on your mind, just let us know.
We also do a lot of grading submissions. I don't know if you guys are aware of our Facebook group that we have. I'll go grab a link for you guys for anybody that's not a member of it. But Nate does PSA submissions, once or twice a week, and I do GMA submissions monthly. So if anyone's interested in that, feel free to go in there. You can buy, sell, and trade or whatever in there as well.
You know it. Still kind of shocked with how the vintage market's just still going strong. I figured eventually it would kind of slow down or whatever, but I mean, I haven't checked on what prices like Jordans and stuff are going for because I don't have really any Michael Jordan cards anymore.
I'm sure it'll eventually level out, but I think right now it's going to stay strong for at least the rest of the month. Like, I don't really foresee it really going heavy again to modern until like Prism drops, which I'm pretty sure that drops in March this year. So
I think it's
so like we probably got about another month of like, vintage running pretty hard, and then everyone's going to be chasing Prism.
Yeah, the base PS from what Market Mover says last sell that was PSA 10 was 349, but I know that has definitely went higher. I think it was towards more or less towards like the $730,000 range.
Nice. Grunt Dad says he received a sticker package yesterday. He says they're in pretty good condition. There are a few Jordans. Most are Jordan sneakers. Figure it can go a couple markets. Yeah, sneakerheads are getting like pretty heavy into sports cards right now too. There's a lot of crossover, especially with like StockX and everything like that.
Yeah, it's almost like the kind of sports cards has had like the perfect storm in a way. You know what I mean? The pandemic had everyone in the house. There was no sports. So what's the next best thing to do? Collect sports cards because, you know what I mean? You can collect people you like and different things like that. And then people, weren't able to go out and do the normal thing like grab different sneakers. I mean, you could still buy them online, when they do like pre-sales and stuff like that. But, going to different places and find stuff, it's, just like the card, you can't find them. So,
yeah, definitely.
Granddad said, look at the one above that. I don't see anything else in there.
Yeah, I don't see anything above that either.
Maybe YouTube took it out of there like that.
Let me check over on StreamYard, see if it came through there.
Uh-uh.
No, last thing I have before that is hope you're safe and warm.
Paul says, good to hear that the track meet is going strong. Kids are running their laps. They're going to be track stars around the good old PA area, or something like that.
You had any big pickups this past week at all?
I haven't really picked up anything. I've been looking at Donovan Mitchell because I feel like his stuff is super underpriced for kind of what, the team's success and everything like that.
Yeah.
I'm starting to do a top 10 list of different players and different cards that I'm looking to pick up and stuff like that. And that'll be my next video that I'll be dropping next week.
I was actually just looking at his Optic Auto last night.
Yeah, like I have a Shock that's SGC 9 that I got for pretty cheap probably about a month and a half ago or so. So I'm pretty happy I have that, stashed away. But I'm just really surprised. Like he even got held out of the All-Star game so far. He'll definitely probably be a reserve though.
Oh, that's awesome. So Grunt Dad just posted the link to the stickers that he was talking about, the Jordans.
Oh, okay.
Pretty awesome.
Give me 1 second, pull them up. What up, Philly Picker? Good to see you, my friend.
Hey, Joe, good to see you, man. We'll get discounts in the house. Good to see you, my friend. Appreciate you being here.
I'll share my screen real quick.
So I'd be curious to know, you guys in the chat, is there anybody you guys are running after right now? Especially with the market being so hot with the goats. Those are sick.
They're all per deck too. Yeah, that was definitely a nice pickup. Kind of dead. Been meaning to pick up a Joel Embiid too, but I think I totally missed out on that unless I pay up for it now.
I know a guy that might be able to work something out for you.
Look at Discount says, you guys going to the card show next week?
Yes, sir. You going? If so, what day? I'd love to meet you, man.
Well, I know I'll be out there for sure Saturday, probably after 2. And then
he'll be there Saturday. He can't guarantee the other days.
Yeah.
Last time he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go all 3 days. It's gonna be awesome," and then he went like 1 day.
Well, Friday or whatever. Usually I leave work at like 6:30. I'm already out almost at Greensburg because I don't live, but I work right out that way. And yeah, I couldn't believe I got stuck at work till 8:30, so that totally crushed that or whatever.
Yeah. What's up, Jimmy? Infamous Stacker in the house. Nice. Cal Ripken.
What up, Jimmy?
That's a definite GOAT pickup right there. Kyle Kuzma. Yeah, I agree. You can get his stuff super cheap. You can get his even PSA 9 prisms for like $20. You know what I mean? Like at auction or whatever.
What his stuff's going for. He should be starting with Anthony Davis out, I would guess.
I would assume so too. He'll definitely be getting some value though, with Davis out for a little while.
So I have some his Prism rookie in the box next to me over here. See if there's any jump in his PSA 10. No, you can get his PSA 10 Prism for around $80. That might actually be what I go for after the show.
What's that, Kuzma?
Yeah, get maybe a 10 of his because Anthony Davis is going to be out for at least 4 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be, he has a lot of time to really just soak up some minutes and really.
I've been looking at a lot of guys like right now that you can buy super cheap that just haven't had an opportunity to really do what they can. Like one of them is and I'm so tempted to because I've been seeing so many PSA 10s for nothing of his stuff, Sekou, but I'm I have so much of his stuff at PSA right now. I don't need any more PSA 10 Sekous right now. But I mean, his stuff is so low, and if they end up getting to trade Blake Griffin dude's gonna like see the starting lineup and his stuff's gonna like go outrageous again.
Jimmy say bought out a GameStop in Du Bois.
Dude, that is awesome, man. It's legit.
Are they trying to stop online vape sales or anything like that, Jimmy? I hope not. Buy everything online.
That would suck.
That would hurt the pocket a little bit. But yeah, Kuzma should be a decent guy to definitely look into. That's for sure.
He says it stopped.
Oh, fantastic. Well, be putting an order after the show with my Kyle Kuzma.
That sucks.
I figured eventually they would try to stop or minimize some of that. It was in the $600 stimulus. Fantastic.
Yeah, that's true. Paul says minutes and points are both up.
So I'm trying to look up his stats real quick. See what he has been doing lately. Stats.
Yeah, Spider Zach said that he tried sending cards into HGA last night, but the website crashed, sold out in about 2 minutes. Yeah, it's really hard to get in with HGA right now because of the demand with them being so new. You essentially have to be like first, like there to like get your stuff in. It's really weird the way that they have that set up, but they do it like to where like their tag is where 10 days means 10 days, and they make sure that they're able to keep that turnaround time by limiting the number of orders that they take in. So whereas PSA is like, you want us to grade your stuff and you're willing to pay us X amount of money? Sure, send it in. You know what I mean? Like, we'll take it. And it doesn't matter if it sits there for like 3 to 4 months before we even touch the box. Just go ahead and send it in. We want your money. Whereas like HGA is like, yeah, we'll take as many orders as we know we can fulfill. And then, we'll cut you off. But yeah, it's stupid how they do that. Front Dad says, I was expecting an SGC order. When was it received? You got the first one that was received October 24th. The one I sent them, I sent it, I think, on the 2nd of December. So they probably got it like a day or two later. And they shipped it last week. I was supposed to get it on the 15th, which was President's Day, but that was a postal holiday, so no mail. So the tracking said I would get it on the 16th. And I still have yet to get it. So the thing basically just says they don't know where it is. It's en route to the next destination.
I hate when that happens.
Yeah. So yeah, sure. Where it is now.
I'm sure once everything gets kind of, taken care of with power and everything like that, in Texas and things of that nature, things will kind of get back to normal.
Yeah, Jimmy, I feel you, man. He says he needs to find somewhere to get boxes to open. It's like next to impossible unless you're willing to pay like the aftermarket prices or whatnot. The only time I really ever do that is if I'm like, like for example, somebody I know grabs a box, like, say Nate would come in some boxes or whatever, and he'd be like, hey man, do you want me to grab you some and I'll hook you up like on the low? Then I normally grab them, you know what I mean? Or if I want to like support like an LCS or something like that, I might pick up a little something. But for the most part, if I can't find it at retail, I don't really do too much ripping just because like my cash flow isn't all like that right now. And I'm trying to put most of my money into like doing a lot of grading right now because I kind of want to take the flipping of cards into being more of my business model, more so than like the flipping of everything, just because I enjoy cards more than I enjoy a little bit of everything.
Definitely. Yeah, I definitely would. I wish I could get cases of Prism and different things just to open, just to rip, not even to break, just to keep personal, just to have a better chance of getting, other cards or better better 101 cards or whatever, you know what I mean? Because me sniping on eBay, I'm not going to have any chance to ever get like a Zion auto or a Luka auto or a Kobe auto or anything like that, because I mean, those cards alone are probably $20,000 a piece, or roughly right around there somewhere. But you know what I mean? Like overall, like depending on how much you open, like if you're going to buy a case, you know, if you'd open up a whole case, you got a pretty good chances of getting some of those case hits and different things that, you know, are in those cases, because they kind of set them up to be like that. Like it's almost like you know, if like you had a whole case, you opened up and you got the best card that you're hoping for in the case, and you selling the rest, because and then you won't have the chance to get the other ones. But I literally, if I could get a case, I'd probably just rip the whole thing.
Yeah, I don't blame you there, dude. Especially like if you get the case hit and you're able to get that into 10. Do you mean like as far as grading, Jimmy, or like as far as just like any kind of wholesale account? I know most companies will allow you to get a wholesale account, and you mainly have to order like 10 items from them, or 10 SKU items. But as far as like grading and stuff goes, you can get into like bulk pricing and stuff with most companies after 20 or 100. PSA has like a whole gambit of stuff that Nate can probably get into a little bit more, but for most of the companies, it's anywhere from 20 to 100 cards will put you into bulk pricing.
I think he was talking about like just getting like packs and stuff like that. Like for example,
okay, gotcha.
You know, I'm a business. I have you know, wholesale license and all that type of stuff. I can't get cards from Panini. They want you to have a brick and mortar, and they want you basically not to compete with anybody that would be near you. So if there's anybody that has anything like that around you, you're basically you know, you have no chance of basically getting any product.
Even like LCSs, they can't get retail like Walmart and Meijer and Target, that kind of stuff. You have to be like one of those chains to get that stuff from Panini. You can get hobby boxes and stuff like that, but you're not going to be making the kind of like markup that like really makes it worth you doing it on any kind of like large level. Like for example, like they might be paying like $300 to $350 for a box. They're charging you, you know, like $350 to $400 for. You know what I mean? So like they're not making like a great deal of money off of that box. You know, I would say most of the shops probably make more by like doing breaks with the boxes that they get in, more so than actually selling the box like sealed.
Yeah, I mean, like whenever Panini gets cases like say like first off the line and different things like that, they basically do like a reverse auction. So they set it like the highest price possible, and then you know they sell it until, and then they keep dropping the price. I think every 5 or 10 minutes or something like that, 15 minutes, something like that, until they're literally sold out. And so you have to literally hope no one buys before you guys, you know, you get one or whatever. So, and then once they're gone, then people will start putting them up on eBay for when they start buying them, you know, off of there, just kicking the price up super high.
Yep. What's up, Dakota? Good to see you, man.
What up?
You're here.
We got Jimmy in the house.
What? Good to see you, man.
Hope things are well over there in Denver. But yeah, like I've been trying to get cases of packs and just some type of, even if it's like one case like per, you know, drop of whatever, I can't get anything.
It's tough. Like even like the Walmarts in my area, like if you've seen any of like the videos where I go hunting for stuff lately, it is so slim pickings. Like I'm pretty sure they've changed the days in our area, Nate, like because for the past several weeks, going on the days and times they're supposed to be there, I found nothing.
I went Friday after work because I had to pick up something for the wife, and I seen NASCAR cards there that wasn't there, I think Thursday, because I went in there I think Thursday as well, or Wednesday. And then they shrunk down the section down to like only one part. So then I went over to customer service and I'm like, hey, I just saw some of these like oddball items. I don't see like all the cases or all the display cases for all the sports cards. I said, do you have them behind the desk? And they're like, no. So like everything we got's out there, you know, on the thing. And if it's not there, then I was this close to buying NASCAR just to rip something.
Yeah. Dude, I watched NASCAR get ripped last night. because like I was bored and there was like nothing on, like as far as like most of the people that we follow and watch on YouTube. So I literally watched our local LCS rip NASCAR and wrestling and like all kinds of like random like personal stuff. It was awesome. I'll tell you what, the NASCAR cards are pretty cool though. Like, I mean, I don't know that I would collect them, but like they're pretty cool if you like NASCAR.
Jimmy, the Targets and Walmarts, they're supplied by a vendor, and then they probably get some type of kickback per case per box when it sells or something like that. So honestly, they have as little to do with the cards as possible, to be honest, because they don't even like stock them or anything like that. So they kind of get either they rent that space or they get, a little kickback per card. So, anything that's like suggested retail is kind of what they just have to go by for pricings and things like that.
The way that they work it with the company that stocks them, it's the MJ Holdings company. They're almost like if you'd go to a convenience store and you see like the Frito-Lay man there stocking like the potato chip aisle. Like that's the exact way the sports card people work. Just like Nate was saying, they rent the space. It's their merchandise. They bring it in. Like most of the times, like now, I think that a lot of managers are getting hip to when it's happening because, especially in Targets, I've noticed a lot of them are starting to put it up front at the register to, stop fighting and to, stop like people from buying them all out for the most part. But I think you'll start to see it a lot more like it kind of across the board where they're putting a lot of the stuff up at the register and kind of limiting how many people can buy. Because I know the Walmarts in my area, there's one over by my mom's house that literally won't let you get more than one product. So like if you were to get like one cello pack of hoops, you couldn't get a blaster box of like Optic or something like that. It's one product and you're done for the day. So they're getting a lot more strict on it. I know the one near me, you can get two of like each product. So if I wanted to get two cellos, two hangers, two blasters, two megas, like I could, you know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, I kind of like the stores that do that because that's the only way I've been able to rip anything lately is just by finding stores that limit it.
Yeah, I ask, like every time I go there, I ask either a manager or a new person I've never seen before, hoping they would have some information, but they all play dumb to me. They just go, I don't know. They just come, they don't give me any insight of any information or anything. So I'm just like, okay, well, I'll just kind of, just look here and there instead of really, going crazy because it just seems like whoever knows about it already knows they have an X amount of people that will, come get them, and that's it. Because there's never ever any product. I'm lucky I got top loaders one time, and that was it.
Know. Dude, I've literally in 6 months I found top loaders one time at the store, so I bought both packs that they had.
So Sports Cards Anonymous wants to know. They says, "What have y'all been buying? Baseball seems like the best play to me right now. I know me in Pittsburgh, we don't really do too much baseball." But yeah, you're probably right. That's probably the best thing to buy, either that or football, just because everyone kind of went off of there. So you kind of do the opposite of what everyone else is kind of doing. You usually get a good price. But for me, I'm looking at modern basketball because I typically only collect two sports. And, it's either football or basketball for me right now. Maybe a little baseball here and there. But I'm going more of the modern stuff right now. The prices are way too cheap. They just announced the All-Star game, so that should get things kind of, people a little more back into the modern stuff because of the different awards and things like that. And because I want to be fully stocked for playoff time with playoff teams, because that is when you're going to get the most money for your cards big time.
Yeah, I'm kind of doing the same as what Nate said. I don't do baseball too much. Like I'll do a little bit of baseball. Like for example, if I come across like a smoking deal on like, like a Robert, like any of like the young studs, you know what I mean? That like is like, you'd be stupid to pass up. I would definitely pick it up. But for the most part right now, I'm kind of leaning more into like the modern basketball, like Nate's saying. But I'm also like trying to kind of take advantage of the market dip right now that football is seeing, because typically for like these next couple weeks up until, like the draft starts to come, once we get into that range, like the market's going to be at a low for football, and then it's going to start ticking back up for the start of the season. So any of those players like the Herberts or, like even like the young quarterbacks that you're able to grab now, like even like the Jalen Hurtses that are going to probably now get an opportunity to be like the quarterback in Philly. You know what I mean? Like it might not be a bad opportunity to go and put a little bit of money into some of that stuff, if you have the extra money.
We got the Flippin' Sports guy in the house. Appreciate you being here.
What's up, man?
Joe Philly Picker said 2 local Walmarts in Philly stopped carrying cards. That stinks. That's what I thought when I went to mine. Like they had like no boxes for sports cards, but I seen some NASCAR there. So they must literally be putting whatever is left in that spot because literally there's never anything there.
The crazy thing about what he just said? One of the guys I was talking to I'm not even going to say the place because I don't want to incriminate no one, but I was talking to a guy at one of the establishments I went to this past week in search of sports cards, right? And he was telling me a story about how like he got in some big fight with these dudes at Target, and the one guy came up and like went to grab his like brother, like by like the shirt or whatever. Like they're both adults, you know what I mean? It's not like kids or anything like that. Went to like grab him by the shirt because he wanted like the Hoops Premium or whatever the heck he took. So I guess they cleaned out all the Hoops Premium, and like I guess these people wanted Hoops Premium. So I guess dude like literally like ripped out like a gat on him right in the middle of Target.
Wow.
And because of it, like that Target like isn't selling cards anymore.
All because of people can't, I understand like there's a lot of money to be lost but
I mean, dude, that's crazy. Like it's like
I'd rather have some cards than none,
It's getting to the point now where it's like there's turf war over cards. You know what I mean? Like somebody like got a gun like in Pennsylvania, got a gun pulled on them at Target for buying up all the Hoops cards. You know what I mean? Like that's crazy. It's like this is my corner, dude. You know what I mean? Like have we gotten to this point in the hobby where we're like, like tough guys with boxes of cards?
I guess.
The funny thing was like I was at Target the other day, and it was that one in the video where they had the cards in the back. And like I walk up and I hear these guys like talking about all the cards. Like, yeah, normally the guy's here already, blah, blah, blah. And like I walk up and they just turn around and like look at me, and there's like dead silent. They're like waiting for me to like leave. It's like, calm down, dude. I don't want none of your Yu-Gi-Oh. Calm down, bro. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to get some content. But yeah, man, it's weird how people get over like the retail boxes though, man.
Definitely.
I get it though. I mean, it's money. It's like basically it's like Amazon for the most part. Like when we'd have those products that were like the minute you like, for example, when we had that one product that we were in the store and we would say, okay, we got 50 of these in our cart right now, activate it, merch fulfilled, and before we even leave the store, it's already sold out. So that's kind of how retail boxes can be, you know what I mean, for real on eBay. So like I understand the logic. I just wish that there'd be a little bit more hobby love behind it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Like, can't we all just get along? There ain't no reason to pull no gats over some Hoops Premium.
Right.
You don't know the prices are going down in a month or two.
So Jimmy wants to know, how much do you guys think Trevor Lawrence will affect football cards this coming year? Will it have a Zion effect? I think with basketball, it's you can't really compare anything to basketball, but with football, with quarterbacks, and with a quarterback like Trevor Lawrence, it most definitely can have some type of effect. I don't think it would get to maybe a Zion type level, but depending on how the class as a whole, like if there's more quarterbacks than just Trevor Lawrence, you might see something very similar to what that basketball was, with Zion and Ja and players like that. So I know like with football, quarterbacks are going to be your highest dollar, position. You know what I mean? Like if you're pulling packs, you want to see as many quarterbacks as possible, especially rookie ones. You know what I mean? So, but I definitely feel that those cards can definitely have a boost. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Flipping Sports guy says, one of my targets by me did that, Joe. Another target, the manager was about limiting and doing at desk. He said each store can do what they want, meaning they won't be. Yeah, I mean our basically our Walmart and stuff like that they just don't care.
Yeah, most of ours don't. Like I said, the one near me is super cool about it. Like they even like put together like a metal shelf, like to where you can see everything on it. So like if you want to know, like you don't even have to ask them now. It's like they just point, like, look, this is what we have. Every single product we have, it's on this shelf. Take a look. And if it's not there, leave us alone, type thing. But yeah, that is a pretty bad picture of Mello on there. Definitely could have been better.
I
It's an
really
expensive picture of him though. Although that's going to be going. That's technically already going down. Like, some of the hoops rookie stuff is definitely fallen from grace. Like from what it was like even a week ago. Which is like to be expected. Even if you look at like Zion and Ja hoop stuff right now, like that right there was $175 like a week or two ago. That card right there. Look at that.
$31, $30, and that is like the best rookie you can get out the pack because I mean he's
and imagine you're that dude that just spent $175 there. Like you're probably feeling like I did when I picked up my LeBron James rookie, and then it's like, oh wait, his value didn't go up when he won the championship. Oh wait, why is it dropping? Like what? You know what I mean? Like
6 minutes left, guys. $26. That's crazy.
I would still scoop one of them, but I mean, I don't know that I would probably wait a little bit though. That or pick one out of a pack. You got Thrift Beast in the house. What up, Chris?
No, man.
In the house, Cajun Roots. Good to see you, man.
What's up, Johnny? Good to see you. Spiders I hope the slam inserts are really cool. Pulled the Luca. That's awesome, man.
I love hoops, man. Like premium stock though, like it ruined it a little bit for me because it was like, man, this is like the coolest, like best low end product, and it's like now they made it like a higher end product. So it's like almost like Donruss. It's like Donruss is really cool, but it's like optic. You know what I mean? It's like, do I want like a nice new car? Or do I want like the old beater? You know what I mean? So that, I feel like Panini's milking us a little bit too much doing two of the same sets like that.
Right. They're like,
I'm still going to buy them both, though. Who am I kidding? I'm going to put all kinds of money into both.
If I can find some of these, I'll rip some just because I never find any. But like exactly what Thurpy said, he said Lamento base went from 100 plus to like 30, 50, but like Donruss and Certified dropping soon, then Prism. Once all those sets come out and then Prism comes out, and I'm surprised it is going on with hoops right now as we speak. Like all those cards drops. That's part of the reason why I really don't buy any other sets. Like when I'm slapping on eBay and things like that, I usually just leave them be unless I can get them for super cheap. Like if I can get a LaMelo Ball hoops for $10, I'm gonna get one just because it's $10, and maybe 2 years from now the Hornets are really doing their thing and they're going to the playoffs. The LaMelo's like getting even more hype and everything else. So you know what I mean? Like I'll have one just to have some of his stuff like stashed away, maybe here and there. But for the most part, I just stay with the big three. I stay with Prism, Optic, and Select.
Yeah.
I just hope Select doesn't go full retail in stores, because then it's almost like what you were saying earlier. Like is Panini? That's all they're doing is milking us until this bubble bursts or whatever.
Pretty much.
Like, is Vegas Dave right, or like what is going on? You know what I mean? Because
Greg, can you milk us? It's crazy though, man. Like, I definitely see like a pretty big resurgence coming though. Like once Prism hits, because that's going to be major. But like you said, for the most part, like I stick to the big three as well. You know what I mean? But as far as like anything I rip, like I'll buy almost any product to rip. Like there's a few products that I've opened, like, and I'm like, yeah, I'm probably not going to buy that again. Like Contenders Football was like one of them. I opened Contenders Football and I was like, wow, I feel like I just set my money on fire. Like I feel like that was like Vegas Dave's video when he burnt up the Jordan. That's how I felt opening Contenders Football, because I was like, that was a complete waste of my money. But for the most part, like, like about any product I can get my hands on, I'm normally happy to rip. And I'll pretty much so Joseph had a question here. He said, are small card shows better to get value rather than deal with some local dealers, except if I'm – oh, no. Are you asking or he's asking? Okay. It could really go either way, to be honest with you. I've always had the best luck dealing with people just like you or me, just like regular people, not like the big, corporate people at the large shows. Not saying that you can't get great deals, because you can, you know what I mean? Just watching like Sasha T's content, you can get super good deals going to different shows like that. But yeah, I mean, I think it's just a matter of meeting the right person and, finding the right item that you're, willing to spend X amount on. For the most part, in my opinion, just circumstance, because we went to the last show and I was going around like getting beat over the head with trade offers by, almost every single vendor there. Nate walked up to a guy and it was like the stars aligned. He was like, "Here, sir, can you please take 3x value on this trade and walk away being super pleased?" Like my jaw was like on the floor. I was like, "Yeah, man, when you're done with him, I want to trade you for a card too." And then like Nate literally got every single card I wanted to trade for. And I was like, "Okay, yeah, I'm good." Simeon's in the house. Good to see you, man.
We got Simeon. What up? Good to see you. We got Frank in the house. What up? Good to see you,
Frank. Good to see you, man.
But yeah, it just honestly, it just depends, man. Like it depends what type of crowd, what type of people are putting on the show. Like when you go to a big show, a lot of those guys have a lot of money. They really know their stuff. They know the market. They know what's going to be hot and what's not. And like what Picksburgh said, like whenever I met with that dealer, I had a bunch of lower end Jordans and a couple other like higher end cards that he liked. And he either must have had nothing into the cards that I wanted and really didn't know the market, because he was going by Beckett pricing, which I was going by eBay, which it still kind of worked in a way. But, I'm sure he's getting very good money for those Jordans right now, already graded.
Why was so expensive? He was probably looking at his 1998 Beckett. His cards weren't even in there yet.
I mean, he said that like with Jordans, he couldn't keep in the case, like everyone was buying them up. So for him, he rather had something easy, like super easy, liquid, already slab versus raw stuff. And for me, I'm okay with getting raw stuff because I know kind of what to look for, because I do submissions and things like that. I do have like the lens over here that able to look at cards. So, to me, I crushed it. I felt like, I'm sure that guy felt good about it too in his own way or whatever, but it's all about the person you're dealing with. You know what I mean? Like if you go by a guy's, a vendor or whatever, and you see his prices are all high, chances are that guy is going to be hard to deal with. But if you see a guy with nothing on the table price wise, you usually can work a little better deals with those type of people, because they're not, I have to get X for this card. They just want to make some trades and do stuff. So, it just all honestly depends. Like, you know what I mean? You can go to a big show and you find a person like, say, like me in Picksburgh are pretty easy to get along with and make trades and things like that, and then give fair value. But then you find a couple other people that, they want, they only give you 60% maybe of your item, even though it's graded and everything else, because they want to make money on every transaction that they trade and stuff like that.
And it's insane, like, because the crazy thing is, like, I know going into dealing with a vendor like that, I'm not going to probably get the better end of it like Nate did, but by the same point, like, you still kind of don't want to be like 3x or like at least double down to what most of these guys want to offer you. So by the same point, be firm in your knowing what your stuff's worth too, because these guys are going to want to like undercut your stuff. Because there's like, this guy was literally trying to tell me that my Trey Youngs were trash.
Yeah.
I'm like, are you like smoking some form of hallucinogenic drug where Trey Young all of a sudden became not like one of the hottest like commodities in all of the sports card market? Like, this is insane. Like, and Nate's like, are you serious right now? Like, this guy pretty much told Nate, like, hey man, you need to like step away from the table. Like he pretty much told Nate to like leave, because Nate's like, are you Trey Young? Like, are you serious right now?
So we go this. I'll give you the guys a full story.
What's up, Greg? Good to see you, man.
What up, LSP? Good to see you, man. So we're walking around. I just made my big trade. I'm like really pumped. Like, and then I'm also second guessing myself because I went too easy. So I'm thinking like, are these cards fake? Da da da. So we go to this other guy's thing. We're walking around, and Pittsburgh wanted a Harden that guy had, but he found another one, and it had a BGS review on it.
And it was like a Beckett Raw Review 9.
If you ever see a Beckett review,
Mama's in the house.
they have a thing where it says what it will get. Like this one's a 9.5 Dak Prescott. Okay. So it was a 9 Harden that has the stamp on it, but he wanted to get 9 value for it. So he was buying at $500, but wasn't giving Pittsburgh like Trae Young, like pricing. He was like saying it was like $100. And I'm like, well, that and another $100 card's about the same as the Harden, because technically just because this has a stamp on it and says it's a 9.5 doesn't mean it's going to be a 9.5 when you would send it to Beckett or anything like that. That just guarantees, it just basically gives you a good eyeball. Okay, at that given time, that card was a 9.5. So, you know what I mean? Like that guy was trying to charge like that thing was already slabbed up, ready to go in a 9, but it wasn't. And I was trying to explain to the guy, like, look, if he has to send it in, he has to pay for being, expressed or whatever, because you can't send it into like a bulk shipment where, the value's under like around, like for PSA, it's $200 for like a bulk submission. And like for that, you would have to send express. And he knew I was totally right. And I was blowing a deal or possible deal. So he was literally trying to shoo me away from the booth. And I'm like, I'm a customer. I'm just trying to buy some stuff. And I'm also trying to protect my friend here. What are you guys doing? So eventually that didn't work out or whatever. But, I wasn't going to let that guy try to bamboozle my friend. So
I feel like I just walk up to every booth with a big sign on my forehead that says stupid. It's like, here's all of my slabs. Please take them and give me nothing in return.
Joseph, you're spot on, man. Everyone's digging through the boxes once those Jordan rookies are going insane. Going for 700,000, and it's crazy the prices they're going for right now.
Yeah,
we got Dana in the house. What up,
Dana?
Good to see you, Mama. What up?
Still want to riot, Dana. Dana, I can't believe that you got voted off the Masked Singer. I'm voting you back on season 2. I've been trying to vote Nate on there too, but he won't go on. He's hiding behind the beard.
She said, heck no. She will not
go. Oh, she's got some Jordans.
There you go.
Nice.
Yeah, I literally had like 10 or 12 Jordans in my collection. And I went and did that trade, and I have like none. Maybe I didn't have 12, but I had a good few, that's for sure.
Dude, I found a bunch of Jordans in that binder I've been going through for the auctions, man. That's where I got that one I'm sending you. But I don't think I'm going to send too many in. Most of them are just like 90s Jordans and stuff like that. Not that they don't have value, but they're not like the more rare ones or anything like that.
I think with Jordans, like if the condition's good enough, even if they're like the more common ones, like even like say like the 90 or 91, 92, that type of stuff. If it has a chance for 10, those prices are still really, really high.
The crazy thing with Jordan, I think really the next ones that are going to really be like on the come up with him are like the 89, 90 cards. You know what I mean? Because like if you look like for a while there, like his second year was getting no love. Then his second year like blew up to where it's like out of most people's price range. And then you're factoring in like the 88 now is kind of going crazy. So I really think the 89, like once this 88 really starts to like become like kind of out there, I think 89 and 90 are going to start to pick up a bit.
Look at this price difference. You have a 91 clear, which is probably honestly one of the sets I probably had the most of as a kid.
I have like 5 of those cards right now sitting in a binder.
PSA 10 sold it for $755, and there's only right under 600 of those. And then the PSA 9, there's almost 2,000, and that's at 90, about 92 to 85.
The crazy thing is even that's like 10% of Luka.
Yeah.
That's insane. And that's junk wax.
But that's what I mean. Like if it's a PSA 10, you're getting top dollar for it, but the 9s just kind of, that's what a lot of the stuff I traded to that guy was. It was a lot of 9 stuff. It was stuff that I got at auctions and different things like that. And
that's the hard part, is finding a Jordan that survived that time frame, that's ungraded, that can pull a 10. You know what I mean? Because even the one I'm sending you, in my opinion, like its best case scenario is a 9. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a 9. But
I mean, as long as it gets a 9 or a 10, it's worth grading.
Oh, heck yeah. Heck yeah.
Because the prices are only gonna go up from this point on. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure the 10s will have a correction. It'll probably go down 10, 15, maybe 20%. But I mean, even at $700, 20% is nothing compared to what you might have in the card if you had it raw and you sent it in and, spent $15 and got it graded or whatever.
Yeah, for sure. Dude, I'm so pumped about the movement at PSA though.
Heck yeah. Yeah, I got two my first two orders finally got some movement. They're 3 out of 8 right now. So just seeing, some movement has been awesome. And then with them kind of backing off some of their shipments coming in, I'm hoping to see even more, them even catch up a little bit more because they're not having any more expresses kind of jump in the line and things like that.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty good shout there is Garnett. I've actually had a Garnett on my watch list on eBay for a while. Actually is rookie metal, believe it or not. It's actually a GMA 10 that I've been looking at because it's like super, super underpriced. And it looks like every bit of PSA 10. So I'm thinking about getting it just to crack and resub. People like stay sleeping on GMA, man. Like they grade thoroughly, man. It's like whenever I grab those 2 slabs of Sexton to recross, I honestly feel more comfortable with my GMA Sexton than I do my SGC Sexton. And we all know how like SGC is like notorious for being hard graders.
That's exactly what I do with all my cards, Dana. As soon as I get them, I put them in sleeves and top load them, and then I put them in a box. And one day I eventually get to them and look through them. But at least I know, like, one, the condition will be good. The corners won't be banged up in the box and things like that. So if you got your Jordans like that, they should be in pretty good shape.
Yeah, I did the worst thing with my cards as a kid. I either put them in binders or I got the screw downs, like these type of things. These are terrible for your cards. Like, why do people use these still? Like, dude, you know what's funny? That exact thing you just held up there. Marty bought a card that he wants to send in for PSA that's been graded, but the grading company doesn't use like a real slab. They use something like that, and then they put like a little strip in it. Like, I was like, that is the ghettoest thing in the world. Like, I literally could go to the LCS, buy a screw down, just print out a little tab and just screw it there. Like, that is like what he got as a slab.
Maybe that's how Snaggletooth grading formed.
Dude, it was so much worse than Snaggletooth, though. Like, it makes Snaggletooth look like legit. And, like, honestly, I kind of want a Snaggletooth slab. If they were, like, still around, I'd probably send my own rookie card to them at this point.
One day I was up late sniping on eBay, and I'm looking at slabs, and I see this one Patrick Ewing, I think Topps Chrome or something like that, and I look at the grading company. I'm like, oh, that's new. What label is that? And I see Snaggletooth Grading, and then I sent to Anthony and Paul, and we had a nice little chuckle about it. But I guess the guy must have had issues, maybe returns or something, and he's like, well, I'm my own grading company. I grade this at 8.5 or whatever the heck it was. So,
Blue Husky in the house. What up, Freddie? Good to see you, man. I may try them just for a video. I kind of want to see like what their slabs do value-wise before I put too much money into them. We talked about it a little bit earlier, though. The way their service is set up, you have to be kind of like first in line to even get your stuff in with them. So, like, for example, if, say, me and Nate are there, like, right away and you don't show up till, like, later to submit your stuff, they might already be done taking submissions for the day. And they do that just to make sure that they can keep up with the demand because, like, their tagline is, like, where 10 days means 10 days or whatever. So whatever service you pay for, they make sure you get your stuff in that time frame.
So that's the main thing for me is, like, one, is the market, representing the grade from this company as a PSA 10 or 9 or 8 or whatever? Because if I'm paying $35, I might as well spend another 35, send it express, and get it back way faster with PSA. And at least I know PSA is going to at least give me X value if it's whatever the grade is or whatever, or what I would think would be. So that's the main thing for me is if the value's there, I'll check it out and try it. But like as you see with BGS and SGC and different companies like that, like PSA is just head and shoulders above the rest value wise. And as bad as it sounds, because I want a lot of my cards back as quickly as possible, in a way, I think PSA is actually like keeping us from having this huge crash possibly. Because if you think about it, how many cards are at PSA right now? Probably millions.
Yeah, I was going to say it'd have to be hundreds of thousands, if not millions, probably.
Think if all those cards just randomly came back in the circulation and graded. You're going to see nines and base cards take a hit. So in a way, it's slowing the curve of how many cards are coming out, and it's letting the value kind of stay where it is, or for the most part has been. Because other than this recent modern correction, because the vintage went crazy and everyone was selling off modern to get the vintage stuff because the prices were going the way they were. Modern was going strong for a long time without really any big drops in prices. So honestly, in a way, I think PSA is kind of doing us a service in a way. As bad as I want my cards back, I mean, I want them back, but you know what I mean, like them kind of slowly.
You don't want those express ones back, do you?
I need them back, especially if Kobe comes back at 10. I need that.
Dude, that's gonna be so sick if you get a 10 on that.
Yeah, I mean, I have that. I have a couple
other. Sell that right away though, or do you hold on to that? Because that's gonna be such a low pop Kobe. If you hit a 10 on that,
that's getting sold.
I would have such a hard time getting rid of that.
Just because, like
I mean, I get it if you're trying to flip your way up to something bigger. It makes sense.
Just, I mean, when there's great value there, and then modern's not getting the respect it should, especially because the modern, it seems to be more exciting for a collector / investor because like as these players have better games, they go through the playoffs, you kind of really feel, one-on-one with that player whenever they're having career games.
Sports, it's day trading. It's awesome.
So like because of that, you know what I mean? Like I want to get more stuff in that market. You know what I mean? I want to have ends and different things. So when the playoffs roll around, I'm able to cash in kind of the same way I would cash in with the Kobe stuff. But like you said, like with it is a pretty, I'm going to guess it's a pretty rare card because all I've seen one or two maybe sell on eBay recently of that cyber metal. And, the price went from, I think it was like 1,000 whenever I sent it into PSA, and one recently sold for 6,000. So
dude, I'm telling you, man, like 5 years from now, that might be like a $25,000-$30,000 card, bro. You never know, dude. Like you never know, because just because it's like it's got to be a low pop. It's got to be. Like I don't know what the pop is. You can probably tell on PSA, but
I'm about to look up right now.
I just seeing like the kind of stuff like like Sasha and like his peeps are like putting their money into, you know what I mean? Like that fits like right in that category. And it's a rookie too. Like that's the dopest part about it. You know what I mean? It's not even like it's a sick insert. It is a sick insert, but it's also a rookie card too, which just makes it so much better to me. But then again, I'm like a huge Kobe fanboy, like I always have been.
So there's only 79 10s, 189s, and 128 eights,
which in the junk wax era is like that's huge numbers right there. You know what I mean? Like that I mean like astronomically low numbers. Like it's huge in a way, like it's good for resale purposes that it's so low, because how many more of those do you think existed in 8, 9, or 10 condition? Probably not many. Like maybe 100, if that. And who's to say that those are going to be sent in or even cared for moving forward?
Exactly. I mean,
that thing is just like, even that picture doesn't do it justice. You know what I mean? With that like little robot behind him, that thing is just cool looking.
I saw the card when we were at that show, and I'm like, I've never seen that before. And I was like, I got to try and get that. That was like the main thing I wanted at first, but then I traded for the Hardens because I thought I didn't have no trade value, but he ended up, pushing it forward. So it was pretty awesome to see.
Chris says he's been looking at raw Kobe and LeBron lately. I don't blame you there, man. Like if you can find like good value with Kobe and LeBron, like those are like some of the safest bets you can make right now, especially with anything short printed. Like that's the nice thing about your cyber metal, Nate, is it's also short printed on top of it. So Like there may not even be another 100 of them in gradable condition out there just because it was a short print. You know what I mean? Like that kind of stuff is what's going to like hold up value like beyond the test of time, especially in gradable condition.
The thing that's crazy is I have his other Flair medal at PSA, which I should be getting back. It was in a bulk order I sent out back in August or whatever, and should be getting that back too. So if that somehow gets a 10, man, I'm really doing well.
Dude, I'm so glad I like went and actually started buying into a lot of these guys before they popped. You know what I mean? Like I have like both of us right now. We have so much sitting at PSA right now that would just be like a huge payday once it gets released. It's gonna be amazing.
I've been picking up, these kind of Jordans, and
that's the same one I'm sending to you.
Different Shaqs and Kobe's from all different years, and then I got that Mad Game one that I really liked.
Yeah, that one is sick.
I don't know where I put it, but it's in here somewhere. But yeah, I mean, even like at one of the auctions, I remember I was trying to sell that Magic Johnson for $60. That card's selling for 300 plus right now. So it's just crazy the amount of the amount of money some of these things go for. So for me, I don't mind selling some of my vintage stuff off. I mean, who knows? Maybe I'll keep the Kobe. Like that is pretty rare. If there's only 80, if I make the 80th PSA 10 on that might have to stay in the collection.
I mean, I'm just saying, like it might be worth holding a year, at least a year or two, because it could very well triple in that time.
You got to figure. I mean, even if the card just gets graded and it's an 8 through 10, I mean, it almost fits into that like the Michael Jordan stuff where people are picking up PSA 2s, 3s, 4s, and just the market keeps going even crazier.
Yeah. Have you been picking up a lot of Shaq stuff in his Lakers uni at all?
Yeah, I just sent off. There's a couple tops fine.
This one to you.
Yeah, that's definitely a good one.
I still have the film on it, but I don't know if it should stay on there. I mean, it looks like it might be gradable with the film, but I'll let you judge that like you did the other one. So I found a Steve Nash rookie in this same set, and I had to pull the film off of that one, and literally it looks like wet paint. It's so clear. Like if they would do this with Prism, with the sets that are out now, like this would take away all of the surface defects on the front of the card, in my opinion. Like it's insane, like how crystal clear the card looked when I took that off.
Joseph says he's waiting on a Shaq Duncan Go Nuts from PSA since November. Yeah, the first ones that I sent out were from the beginning of December, and I finally seen some movement on those recently. So I'm hoping to get those back before June, hopefully.
Dude, are you going to be this might be a first for you? Wrestling cards. Have you graded any yet?
I have a whole stack right here that I was looking through, and I was hoping that these were worth more than they were, because I found WCW ones, and
I got some Rowdy Ronda Rousey rookies here. In a PSA 10, these go for like $400, bro.
Really?
Yeah. These were like in the value packs whenever I was trying to get that Kiss card that I never ever in a million years found. But I did find 2 Ronda Rousey rookies, but they were selling these like for like $3 or $4 for hanger boxes at Walmart, because I guess no one wanted like the old WWE cards, and I couldn't find any like wrestling football or basketball, so I just started buying WWE. And then next thing I know, I find out that the Rousey's worth like $400 if you get a Gem Mint 10.
I can't show these because of the green screen. Hold on, break my green screen down. These are all the different Ric Flairs from back in '91.
Woo!
I thought for sure these would have some value because
I have a bunch of his daughter, man. I got some Charlotte Flairs. I got Charlottes for days.
But yeah, I put in our Facebook group if anyone knew they had any knowledge on the value, and someone sent me a link to a Facebook or eBay link that was like $15 for the set, and then the only other one I saw was like $60 or $70. So
Steve, good to see you, man. Yeah, any questions you ever have about cards, man? We are totally obsessed with them. So we would be more than happy to help you out with anything.
hey, Steve, good to see you, man.
Being here, though. Exactly. That's what I'm saying, Chris. He says you need to get that Ric Flair slabbed.
I've seen like there's somebody that has a bunch of Ric
Flair.
Flair.
Like egg with the Bill Cosby with that Ric Flair, bro.
There was some of them. Somebody had some up for like I think it was like 10 of them for like $800. They were selling lots of different ones or whatever.
Hey, how's PSA ding on Surface stuff? Have you like seen anything come back like with like minor Surface stuff?
Once I get back my first submission and things like that, I'll have a better take kind of.
So I got a card I want to send you that I don't think it's bad enough to drop below a 9, but I'm gonna get your opinion on it. But it's like perfect in every way, but like a little minor like Surface, like scratchy divot looking thing.
Steve said he just got a Kobe rookie and a 1985 Hulk Hogan plus several others starting my journey. Hey, that's a heck of a journey right there. You got the key ones to start flipping or collecting.
And that's the awesome thing too, is like anybody can start anywhere, with any amount of money, or like a lot of the stuff I started with, because I basically had to restart because most of the stuff I grew up with, like I don't even know where my childhood collection is. Most of it I sold off to buy Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo and stuff like that. And right now I have my mom on a journey digging through her apartment trying to find my binder of like all my Kobe Bryants and stuff I had as a kid. But the nice thing is, like, regardless of where you start, it's, everybody starts somewhere. And just like with any other product, you can use cards to kind of build something bigger. Question, Joseph. The wrestlers that sign with their wrestling name, does it count as an auto other than The Rock? I just don't see it. Believe it or not, it does count as an auto, like as far as wrestling goes. Like, because I don't know if you know this, but I used to wrestle with the NWA, and anything that I ever signed, I would sign under my stage name. Like as far as like autographs for fans and stuff like that. So I think most wrestlers do sign under their stage name, unless there's somebody like that transcends wrestling. They might use like their real name or whatnot, but I think for the most part, people, almost every wrestler are going to sign with the stage name.
Somebody wants to know, what was your favorite reasonably priced football product this year?
Reasonably priced. So would that be like paper product in your opinion, Nate? Like chromiums.
Yeah, it would probably be somewhere like that. Probably something, whatever would be the most reasonably probably cost on the secondary market, I would guess.
Honestly, like one cheap one that I really liked that a lot of the people in the chat didn't like. Like I opened up Playbook the other day and I was like, man, this is probably going to suck. But like I did really good out of it. Like I was surprised because a lot of people tell me how like heinous their boxes were. Like I did really good out of Playbook, and it was like, I wouldn't say it was only like $10 per blaster. Something like that. It was really cheap.
Now, do you have a chance
to hold like great value long term? But like, I was happy with it.
Do you have a chance to get one of those Playbook auto that kind of open up, or is that only in hobby?
Probably only in hobby. Let me see.
Because I have never opened up any of that product yet. So
you can get purple base, rookies purple signatures. Next up jerseys, zoning commission materials. Captain swatches, blitz memorabilia. So yeah, I don't think you can get the open Playbook in retail.
Maybe that must be the hobby, maybe, or maybe it's in like the megas or something.
But yeah, I liked Playbook, but personally, like as far as like lower priced sets that I like, as far as football goes, I really like Donruss. Just because, like for example, you're gonna get in most sets like a solid 88 cards and a blaster with Donruss. Now they're not going to have the value of like an optic or a prism or any of that stuff, But as far as finding value at a lower price point, you're going to have a chance to find a lot more rookies in a box with 88 cards than you are with a box with like 20 some cards, especially with, in my opinion, I think football is really like growing when it comes to getting good rookies sometimes, because you'll end up getting like a crappy lineman, and most of the time they're in their like combine uniform and they might not even still be on the team. So
Right.
the more cards, in my opinion, like you can get like in a Donruss box, it gives you more of an opportunity to get like a Herbert or a Burrow or somebody like actually it's going to pay for that box to be opened. So, but I think out of the lower end, cheaper ones, I think Donruss is probably going to be the one that's going to keep the most value in football, just because of like the rated rookie and, you know, optic and all that stuff.
Yeah, I think for me, just overall, it's kind of the same thing. Like, you know, the nostalgia from the rated rookie has always been cool for me since I was a kid. So if I was going to rip something, probably Donruss, probably, you know, on the cheaper end. But of course, not kind of the same thing with the, you know, big three with basketball. It's kind of the same thing with football. So Prism, you know, optic, and hopefully Select stays hobby. But until then, I'm still sticking it out with them.
I'm pretty sure Select is already going to be retail. Which
Have a good night, Frank. Appreciate you.
easy, Frank. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow, man.
We got auction tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern. We'll be on Pittsburgh channel.
I'll get a link for it for you guys.
Definitely want to check it out. Steve, you're still in here. What set is that Kobe? Is it Tops? Is it metal? Just wondering. I think the PSA 9 of that Kobe, if you get that a 9, if it's Tops, even if it's just Tops paper, I think it's close to 20 grand or something like that right now. So
it's awesome.
It's a good one. Joseph says football is always tough because no one really, for O lineman or a non-first round D lineman, maybe 10 guys out of the 200 card checklist is really rough. Mm-hmm. For football, it's mostly just quarterbacks. You know, you might get a couple of position players that, you know, are the top 5 or something. But yeah, I mean, I'm really surprised that this year's football didn't carry over, kind of like basketball. I thought that mark would kind of follow, and I'm glad I didn't go head over heels like I was planning on doing. So I thought that was going to be the next hot thing, like, you know, like rookie running backs, receivers, you know, different things like that. You know, the big names, the guys making Pro Bowls and you know, things of that nature. Oh, Steve got a top. Oh no, upper deck, he said.
So any Kobe is good to have.
Oh yeah.
Is it the one with him and the glasses on his head? I used to have like an entire 2 pages on my binder full of the one with him and the glasses on his head.
Let's see if I can find what upper deck. I think I know which one it is. It might be that collector one. Collector's choice, maybe. Or it is this one. Base. I'll show you these, Steve.
I know there's a couple different ones. There's the one with the glasses. There's the one with like the prospect. Oh yeah, there's the glasses one.
I have this one too. It has a little bit of condition issues, but at PSA 9, $300. If it's a PSA 10, you're looking at about $1,500. It was selling upwards of almost $2,000.
That's awesome.
A little bit higher of a pop on those than like the other ones we're looking at. And that's probably a little bit of the reason why it's not as high as price. And it's more of a I don't know if it's his draft day photo or not, but yeah, it's not him in a jersey, so that's probably why it's not up super high too.
It's just crazy that I have like a random like 18 to 20 of those just floating around somewhere. And I have no clue where they're at. Oh, he is the collector's choice one.
Oh, okay.
I know which one that is as well.
That has more value.
I was such a big Kobe fan when I was a kid. I had like all of his stuff.
So the collector's choice, that's about the same. It's 15. It was selling for close to 2, and the PSA 9's about 3.25, 350 right now. Definitely a good value card, but like the tops and the silvers and all that stuff is going crazy. Soon the other ones will be kicking up, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Give it a little extra boost. Pittsburgh put up the link. Why can't I pin that? Okay, I gotta go over here. I just pinned the message from Pittsburgh for our auction. It'll be on his channel tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern. If you guys have any cards or anything that you guys are looking specifically for, please let us know, because we'll try to dig them up and pull them out of our boxes and things like that, just in case you guys are looking for anything specific.
Yep. Any players, sports, anything. Just even if you think of it later on, you can always come back and leave it as a comment on Nate's video, and we'll, he'll let me and Paul know, and we'll try to get as much as we can of the stuff you guys want to see.
Steve, that centering on that looks pretty good. It could be a 10 candidate depending on what the corners and stuff look like. Thrift Beats wants to know any Kobe, Jordan, or LeBron early years.
I definitely had some of all three in this binder over here, so I could definitely put some of that stuff up.
I might have some stuff too. His earlier stuff is pricey, man. I was looking at his second year chrome and even his paper.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty pricey.
Yeah. I think as far as like LeBron goes, though, like a lot of his stuff that I'd probably put up early stuff, it'd probably be like duplicates of whatever I have, because I PC Cavs. So that's a harder one. But like pretty much any Laker LeBrons that I don't give to Paul, those are all fair game. Or Heat LeBron too.
Paul said I have some Jordans, so definitely got some Jordans on deck. I'm gonna try and pull some different stuff. You might even see some
Jordans for sure. I was hoping that I would have had my slabs in for the auction this week, but apparently that ain't going to happen.
Yeah, they must have literally wherever SGC sending out, they must have literally just said we ain't shipping that out right now. We're just gonna let it sit on the truck and wait till.
It's coming from Florida, so it ain't even like it's in like a bad area. You know what I mean? Like, I don't get it. You know what I think? They need Joey Bada Bing to go and straighten this out. They just need to promote that man. He'll get USPS running the way it's supposed to go.
You know what? I think I just seen on his video the other day that he was actually on vacation for 2 weeks. So maybe that's why
the whole thing fell apart.
So next time you guys see Joey Bada Bing, tell him we need him at work because we got cards stuck in Florida.
Tell him that there's missing slabs and they need to find their new homes. And some of you guys might be the new home for these slabs.
All right, guys. I think we're gonna shut it down. Pittsburgh, anything you want to say to the beautiful people before we head out of here?
No, I just appreciate you guys being here and showing Nate love. If you guys haven't subscribed to him yet, make sure you do that, because he is on the road to 2,000 subs. And when he gets there, he's also doing slabs or cash. So make sure you guys show him some love and tickle that thumbs up button as well. We'd appreciate that. And also come over and click on that link I put in the chat that Nate pinned there for the auction tomorrow, because we are going to have some pretty cool stuff and it'll be prices lower than eBay. So I don't know about you guys, but I like a good bargain and I like hanging out with like-minded people. So come on by and hang out with us.
And even if you don't want to buy anything, that's perfectly fine. Hang out with us, talk sports. We don't force anybody to buy anything or anything. Just hang out. We just like talking sports, talking cards and things like that. And we appreciate you guys. So, all right, guys, we're out of here. Have a fantastic night. We will see you tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern, Pittsburgh's channel. Peace.
Yep. See you.